Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here from NBC Sports Bay Area. And there is breaking news. Alfred Collins has reached an agreement with the 49ers to a 4 year, $10.3 million deal. And those salaries are slated for every draft pick, but $9 million guaranteed. So they are the third team to sign a second round pick, and it is not fully guaranteed. Almost, but not entirely fully guaranteed. $9 million over 4 years, guaranteed no matter what Alfred Collins does, whether he plays or whether he doesn't play. $9 million guaranteed, 10.3 over 4 years. Of course, they want him to play all four and be productive as possible. But this is a situation that I was not sure how it was going to end because it was a standoff. It was a standoff between teams and players and the want for guaranteed money. And I get it. This is a violent sport. Guys only have an average of 3 years of a career. 3 years. These guys play their entire lives from when they're 5 till they're 21 and they graduate college just to play football. They focus, I mean, not everybody, but a lot of them do start when they're like 5 years old. Some of them start when they're in middle school. But to only have 3 years guaranteed at your career, make all the money you can and have it guaranteed as much as possible. So I get it. I understand why players jump from team to team to get more money. I understand why Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw went to Denver. Yes, I know the 49ers offered him more money at the end, but it was too late. But you know what I'm saying. It is a tough, brutal sport. Guys get injured, life changing, career ending injuries that happen every day. Sometimes it's at practice, sometimes it's in games. So I absolutely respect the desire of players to want as much guaranteed money as possible. Now, of course, I understand the team side where they want to get the most for their money, the most bang for their buck. If they're going to give a guy guaranteed money for 4 years, they want him to perform as if he is playing all 4 years and to be healthy and to be consistent and a contributor. And I get it, they're injuries. So not everybody can play every single snap of every game because there are injuries, because it's a game of attrition. It just really is. But fascinating. The 49ers are the next team to kind of get the ball rolling again because it was the Houston Texans and Jaden Higgins, Iowa State wide receiver. He was the second pick in the second round. He got $11.7 million fully guaranteed. And he is the first second round pick to ever get fully guaranteed money. Ever, ever, ever. So linebacker Carson Schweisinger was the first pick of the second round. He's like, well, if he's getting guaranteed money, I want guaranteed money. So the Browns the next day gave him his $11.8 million fully guaranteed. So there's a standoff, obviously, between agents and teams. Who's going to be the first team to not give up fully guaranteed money? Who's going to be the first agent to not accept or to accept not fully guaranteed contract? This has been a crazy part of the draft, and it's kind of gone through its ups and downs from Jamarcus Russell signing and holding out for a 6 year, $68 million deal. And we know how that one turned out, to Michael Crabtree holding out until 4 games into the regular season. I know how you know that. I know you all know how that turned out. So in 2011, after the Jamarcus Russell debacle, the CBA came out, collective bargaining agreement, and then from that point on, every single draft pick, their salary was slated. So there's no negotiating of the amount that a rookie contract is going to be at all, period. There's no negotiating. What is negotiable is how much money is guaranteed. Now, in 2022, 11 years later, after all the salaries are slated, all first round picks have completely guaranteed money. So if you make it into the first round pick, like Ricky Pearsall, his contract is fully guaranteed. Period. Michael Williams, fully guaranteed his whole contract for 4 years. Looking at last year, Renardo Green was the 49ers second round pick. only 52.4% of his contract is fully guaranteed. Now, he has been playing lights out, so he'll probably get a new contract after this in 2 years. So he's got to play 3 years, then he'll go into contract negotiations. They could lock him up in his fourth year. So it's after 3 years. So 3 years go by, then teams can negotiate. Just like Brock Purdy, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't talk to him. I mean, if they were smart, they would have locked him up after his first year. But, anyways, I was wondering what was going to happen because last year, the number 43 overall pick, Max Melton, Cardinals signed him. He only got $50,000 guaranteed. Alfred Collins, 43rd pick, 9 million guaranteed. What a difference a year makes between last year and this year. So kind of a crazy shift. Funny thing, I had just finished doing a video and was about to post it. And then the news broke from Adam Schefter that the 49ers are the next shoe to fall, basically offering mostly guaranteed money to Alfred Collins. So one of the reasons that this is such a huge deal is that players with a short career, 3 years, they also don't stay with the same team very often. So over the cap, fantastic resource. If you guys are interested in all the doing a deep dive into contracts or anything else, Over the Cap is a fantastic resource, and I look at them all the time. So Over the Cap ran a report, figured it out. So 97% of rookies stay with their team that drafted them, the team that drafted them, for 2 years. 97%. That's a lot. So almost all rookies stay with the team that drafted them for at least 2 years. In the third year, the number goes down to 84%. So 84% of draftees stay with their team for 3 years. 4 years or more, it goes down a lot. 62% of players stay with their original team for 4 years or more. So that's why you see these players wanting guaranteed money as opposed to getting, maybe 2 years go by and they're like, nope, we don't need you. And I understand part of that because sometimes it's not the player's fault. You look at Bryce Huff. He had a 10 sack season with the Jets, and then he goes to the Philadelphia Eagles, isn't used the way he knows how to play. He was supposed to do all these different things, and really he's just a pass rusher. And so he didn't have a great season. Eagles wanted to trade him. So you look at rookies. What if the guy, it happened to John Lynch. John Lynch tells the story every draft. He says, hey, when I got drafted to the Denver Broncos, I thought the coach didn't like me. Well, it turns out he didn't. He's like, he didn't want John Lynch. He wanted another guy. But finally, they found common ground, and he ended up playing better and getting put in the game. But he had a really tough first couple seasons, his first start in the NFL because the coach didn't like him. But the coach that drafted him, the ones that were connected to him, they weren't there. So it does make sense why players want more money. They want more guaranteed money because head coaches change so frequently now. Defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators change so frequently now. So if you go and you feel like it's a perfect fit somewhere, and then it could be the owners change. If that changes and then you're a duck out of water, then what happens? Then maybe you never get a shot in the system that is best fit for your skill set. And then your career is over. So it makes sense for players. I get it. But it also makes sense for teams. They want to make sure their money goes the furthest. So at least Alfred Collins is now signed. He can report because Matt Maiocco and I were very concerned about whether he was going to be able to get up to speed or not. He did not do anything on the field with trainers or medical staff during OTAs or minicamp. We did not see him at all. He may have been there. He may have been in the weight room. He may have been holding out already. But we did not see Alfred Collins at all during minicamp or OTAs. So if he didn't show up for training camp, I was worried. I know a lot of you were worried that he was not going to be productive, that he wasn't going to acclimate to the NFL. And then you don't acclimate to the NFL during training camp, soft tissue injuries, right? Trent Williams came in right at the beginning of the season, had a few injuries. Brandon Ayuk held out, came in, not saying that the ACL was an issue, but it took him a while to get going. So for Alfred Collins being a rookie and not being at training camp, I was thinking it was going to be very detrimental to his acclimation to the NFL. So now the 49ers at least have him during training camp. Chris Kassera can get his hands on him. We'll see him and what he's able to do. We haven't even seen him do individual drills. So seeing how he works with Chris Kassera, getting off the ball, how fast is he out of his stance? We haven't seen him do anything. So training camp opens next week. The veterans report the 22nd. We get to see practice on the 23rd. So all of this is coming very fast. So, anyways, it is good news for the 49ers fan base. It's good news for the 49ers. Alfred Collins has agreed to his deal. 4 years, $2.3 million, $9 million guaranteed. That is your breaking news tonight. 49ers Talk podcast hits tomorrow morning for the commute. It was recorded before this news came out. So just want to let you know, but still listen to the podcast. Great interview with Matt Maiocco and Rich Eisen. So tune in. Also, please leave a comment, send it to your friends. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hope you are well, and we'll talk to you soon. Training camp is just around the corner.